who can participate. So set a delay between messages. Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Just leave.
Okay. None of you heckle us, because then we'll have to set moderation. What is that sound? Oh, the truck behind us. My God, it gets cold out here, and I lose all of my like brain cells. I thought that was my dad. That's weird too. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
This is a ride review.
Yeah.
For Mufasa. When did this come out?
Last month.
Okay. So this was Sal's brainchild that he wanted to see.
Well, there was nothing else really. I can't think of anything else right now,
Yeah.
but it had been kind of stuck in my head for a little bit now, and kind of wanted to see it. Because I really liked the Lion. I was like obsessed with the Lion King when I was little.
Same.
And I didn't care much for the live action one that much either, but I didn't hate it either. So I don't know. I was just curious. I'm always curious for expansion of the stories and just more context than whatever. But
What did you think?
I was
Sleepy?
underwhelmed. Yeah, there was stuff that like I didn't care much for the way. Well, like the music, it was still like a musical. The musical numbers weren't very
Exciting.
yeah, they weren't very great. They weren't
Or
very
catchy.
memorable. Yeah, like I can't even think of.
And I was kind of
What one
surprised
sounds
about
like.
that. Yeah, because Lin-Manuel was one of the head composers, no?
Yeah, his name came up on the credits right at the end. And so.
Usually he has some pretty catchy stuff.
Yeah, he does. Unless it was just, I forgot it was just like words and lyrics or something, but still, I don't know. It starts off as like because we were kind of confused at the beginning because it's showing Timon and Pumbaa and then they say Nala and I was like, wait, what? And then it shows Simba and so yeah, it's like apparently their little lion cub and then he has to be babysat by Rafiki essentially, and Rafiki starts telling him the story of the grandfather Mufasa or whatever, and so
That's what it is.
yeah,
That's what
pretty
the
much.
entire movie is a story about Mufasa and how Rafiki met them and yada yada.
So you anything?
No, I mean it was kind of cool, like the way that the lions looked. They really did more, I think, than how they looked when the first live action came out.
Yeah, I think the animation was a little better. I remember thinking with the previous one that,
It looked kind of bad.
well, not necessarily bad, but it was like they were still kind of very emotionless. And at least in this one, there were moments where they act more animal-like in the sense like you're watching like funny animal videos and they do some of those quirky things that like animals do, and so they added some more of those mannerisms, and I think that helps with their own personality and the way the animal would actually behave, not like trying to humanize an animal or whatever, you know what I mean?
Ah, yes.
And so I liked that.
They did a nice job of it, but it just wasn't spectacular, right? So like Sal said, the story is good, but it is a single story. And then the music was okay, but it definitely wasn't catchy. There isn't anything like super memorable. Like I don't remember any of the songs. Like you don't leave the theater singing them.
Right.
But it's nice. I think it's definitely way too long for a child. We didn't take our kiddo. There's no way he would have made it through that one.
Yeah, I wasn't like
It was
I think you had
intense.
to have been invested in or like know already what you're getting yourself into, like, and as it is, even then for like Scar, like I felt like there was still like too much, like he doesn't have the scar yet, and so I'm kind of wondering like how is he gonna get the scar and blah blah blah, and I don't know. I also don't think the personality type worked for Scar. Like it gives the backstory to Scar also, and it's a little weird to me how I kind of think he, I don't know if this counts as a spoiler already or not, but it seems like he turned too fast. It reminded me of Star Wars Episode 3, where like it's essentially like Anakin turned to the dark side. It's like, okay, and then it was kind of like that. It was just like a flip of a switch, and he turned. And even though all the things are there in place, and I guess there's a tipping point for everyone, but it still felt a little fast. But also, yeah, no, it did feel a little fast because he was such a like happy cub, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying, like the switch happened too fast, and then yeah, you can start hearing almost like the voice change and whatever, and like the mannerisms and everything, and it's like, I don't know. Rafiki
does say it's because his heart is broken, right? And that's when some people turn bad, but it was kind of like I don't know, it didn't flow nicely. I don't know if it's just because it's difficult because they're like cartoony lions-ish.
No, well, like they're like in their teen years or whatever. That's what I like, adolescent lions. And I could see like essentially he was the first one like that liked Sarabi or whatever, and so it's essentially like heartbreak that she kind of likes Mufasa instead, and even though Mufasa's trying to help him get her, like as he tells him, and it's like he can't help what she likes, so it's like, why are you blaming him for it, or like, and
he was just kind of cowardice.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff points back as to people always prefer you, Mufasa or whatever. But even like one of those first parts, like I guess they try to hint at it by showing his reaction, but even then, like I think the way it kind of keeps going, it seems like he is letting it go. Like the first instance is he wins like a race with him against Scar, and so the mom kind of congratulates him, and he kind of sees that, but it always seems like he lets her like roll off his back, and like they're still friends and buddies or whatever, and it doesn't think much of it. And then yeah, once the girl finally comes along, I think like that's the tipping point. But to me also, there wasn't long enough chemistry between him and Sarabi, Scar and Sarabi, for him to have been so upset at Mufasa, essentially. Like I don't know, it's not like it was that long of a thing that she was obsessed with her or infatuated with her for him to like, I don't know, like they had just kind of met, and then he's kind of upset that he takes over. So I could have seen if there was this other pack of lions that are, those are pretty much the antagonist or whatever. They're the ones that are after these cubs or whatever. And I could have seen in a moment where like he gets them alone, and then like if the other lion pack essentially like brainwashes.
There we go, we're reconnected. Yeah, it was quick. It was, I don't know, what do you rate it?
Good question. Out of what, 5 or 10?
10.
Out of 10, like a 5.
I was gonna say like a 3 if I didn't know what was going on, but because I'm so invested in the characters, it probably goes up to like a 5. But without any of the investment in the characters, like if you're just new to Lion King and you're gonna go and watch this, it's probably not worth it. It's cool to see it in the theater because of the lion sounds and like how like blah, 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 how like growly they are, and you can like feel it, and but other than that, visually it's cool. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was very